So today I'm taking a look at a figure that has balls, quite literally. Hello everyone, it's me, Robert, back for another review. Yes, Auto Assembly is only 5 weeks away, so it's time for me to start off this series of reviews linked to AA. But before I get into the review, we have had reveals of exclusive toys for the convention this year. I've still got to make my mind up about them, to be honest. It would have been nice if we'd have got the original colour scheme for the animated Huffer and Pipes, but hey, you know, that probably wasn't going to happen. But still, it's nice that we're actually getting a figure this year. Whether I'll buy it or not, still undecided. So yes, on to the review today. I will try and do this review without laughing, but there's going to be some points when I can't help myself. So who are we talking about? Today we're talking about Heinrad. Heinrad is a Maximal, and he possesses the unique ability to manipulate time. He can freeze time for a small amount and change in a battle. For instance, if he's about to get shot by a Predacon, he can freeze time and replace himself with the Predacon, so the Predacon shoots himself. However, Heinrad is the most unlikely person to have this ability, as he's a lovable, drunken goofball who often shows a lazy and chilled out personality. However, he knows how to use his abilities to great effect. Now, Heinrad first appeared in Beast Wars Neo. For those of you who haven't seen Beast Wars Neo, it's strange, to say the least. It's bizarre, and it's the last of the Japanese-only exclusive Beast Wars series that they ever did, and Heinrad was one of the main cast in that. He was part of Big Convoy's Maximal crew, who went around the galaxy to certain different planets to find the Agonomis energy capsules to stop them getting in the hands of the Predacons. And Heinrad was a character throughout the whole of the series, and he was up until the end. However, because Beast Wars Neo hasn't been fully subtitled, I haven't seen all of it, which means I can't tell you if he had any standout moments. But rest assured, it was a crazy series, and if you ever get the chance to look it up, yeah, be warned, because it's just strange. So Heinrad's next appearance was in Beast Wars The Gathering, which was a comic published by IDW, written by Simon Furman a couple of years ago, and he appeared in the first issue in a flashback, in which he's sat at a table with Big Convoy and Magmatron, and that's it. That's the only comic appearance in the IDW Beast Wars he gets. He does have an entry in the Beast Wars sourcebook, however, the only new information that we can glean from that is that nobody knows where he came from. His past is surrounded in mystery, which just adds to the bizarreness of this character. Now, his last proper appearance was in the BotCon Timeless comic, which was an epilogue story to the Timelines comic that came out in 2012, in which Heinrad is in the Transtech universe. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Transtech universe is a universe in which Megatron and Primes aren't allowed in the cities of Cybertron, which means there's never been war. And so the Transtech Corps has taken it upon themselves to protect and look over the multiverse. And Heinrad appears in their main command centre, has a talk to Rhinox, and asks about how Ultra Mammoth and his team are getting on, and looks at different universal streams, and then goes off to meet his friend, Frustinator, which is a mixture of Waspinator and Frust, who he promises to get back to his own universal stream. However, they have to fix the past before they can do that. Now, as a little side bit, an alarm clock in the shape of Heinrad did appear in the first episode of RID. The main human in the series, Koji, had him as an alarm clock in his room because he was Japanese, and, well, it can be an alarm clock, this toy, as I'll get onto in a bit. But that's it for Heinrad. He's a very obscure character in Beast Wars, which is kind of why I like him. I'm tending to go to more obscure characters recently, and Heinrad is one of these. However, the strangeness and wackiness of him, it carries on into the toy, and it only gets worse from here on. So, onto the figure itself. and Heinrad in his beast mode takes on the appearance of a Tanuki. Now, let me give you a bit of a background about a Tanuki. Up until recently, they were thought to just be mythological creatures in Japanese culture. However, they were recently discovered that they are actual proper animals. And they are kind of a mixture between a raccoon and a dog. However, they're more related to foxes and raccoons. And the translation of a Tanuki in English is raccoon dog. Now, in Japanese mythology, they are mainly seen in this sort of appearance, which is strange, yes. However, there is something about a Tanuki which is just bizarre. The main feature of a Tanuki in Japanese mythology is that they have giant balls. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They have giant testicles. They have giant testicles, which they are so big that they can drum on. Yeah. Yeah, they can drum on their testicles, and they can even mould them into different shapes. What? What the hell? Oh, jeez. And Takara, being the brilliant company that it is, decided that when they was making the toy for Heinrad, they would incorporate testicles into the toy. And there you are. He has testicles. Robot testicles. What the hell? Only the Japanese could do something like this. This is one of the reasons why this figure is never going to get released in Europe, because he has robot balls. It's just... what? I don't have a clue why or whatever. However, for a Tanuki, these balls are actually fairly small. And unfortunately, even though he's got quite good articulation, he can't drum on them in this robot mode, which is a shame, although I think if they went that far, it may have started to raise questions, even with Japanese bosses. So yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that in a way. Now, his accessories, as you can see that he's holding, he comes with two accessories. The first one being this, which is his box of IOUs. Now, Tanukis are also famous for conning people out of money. And so they have a box of IOUs, as you can see. And his second accessory is a bottle of sake, which is a Japanese alcoholic drink, because Tanukis are also drunks, which means you have a drunk con artist with giant testicles. Why? But this actual look for a Tanuki is what they're shown in mythology, because Tanukis also have the ability to turn to statues, and you see them as this sort of upright look. Now, Tanukis don't have a giant clock in their chest, obviously. This is only because it's Heinrad, but they're mainly seen like this. And he does have some articulation in this mode. His head can look side to side, like so. It can look up and down. His arms are on a nice ratchet, so they can move out. They can swivel like so. They can bend at the elbow like so. And his wrists do rotate. Now, however, you can get him in a more natural looking mode. And to do this, all you simply do is put him on his side, take his head up like this, fold down his hands, like so, and then simply take the feet down here, which are on just one joint, and flip the tail back. And there you have a Tanuki in its more animalistic look, more natural looking form. However, he does have quite a lot of robot junk on the back and is quite chubby. So yeah, it's not really a Tanuki. However, I love the painting on here. As it's Takara, the paint is phenomenal. I mean, the head sculpt of this Tanuki is brilliant. The black around the eyes, and then the actual whites for the pupils, and the pink for his ears, and just this fur effect that they've added to it, and the colour, this brown, is absolutely lovely. And of course on the tail you also have this black at the end to represent where the fur changes its density. I just love it. It's a really nice mode. Now, I am going to show off transformation because he is a unique transformer, and to be honest, I think you should know how he transforms. So I'll get him back into his more traditional looking mode for now, and there you have him back in his, well, traditional looking mode. And, oh jeez, you've got to mind these balls. You have to be careful because these are quite temperamental. Oh jeez, I apologise for the amount of jokes that will be coming off of this video. So yeah, so to transform him, first of all, take his tail, fold him back, take the back bit, flip it out, and then split the legs, and then fold them like so. You can then actually flip them out, so they're like this, so you can get the tail up and round and put it to his back for now. You can then fold the legs in if you want. So once you have him like this, you then move these up out of the way for now, on both sides. So you have him like this, so like this. Now you come to the front, grab hold of his testicles. Again, I apologise. You've got to split them so they're out at the side like so, and then simply fold them back onto his legs like that, so it looks kind of like this. And then all you simply do is fold this chest up and make sure it clips in like so. So now you have what looks to be a very weird looking Tanuki with giant legs. It's kind of a mess at the moment. However, don't worry, because we are going to get there. Now, simply fold round the legs like so. You can come to the back and flip out these panels, which will allow you to have some more leg movement like so, and flip the legs out so they're straight like so. Come to the bottom here, flip out these, flip the heel down like so, bring it all the way to the front, and then on the inner bit of this fill, click to bring the heel back like so. Now if you didn't see it, I'll try and repeat it on the other side. So again, bring both of these panels back, flip out the back of the heel like so, bring it forward, it's like so, and then get underneath the actual heel and bring out the back of the heel. So there's a little notch like so, bring it out, voila, there you have the legs. You can put these back if you want, it doesn't really matter. However, I kind of like to leave these up, as I said, because it gives you more articulation in the legs once you've actually transformed him. Now come up to the top, split the head of the Tanuki like so, flip it down, get the arms out of the way, flip it down, revealing his head sculpt. Bring these legs all the way to the back so they're not in the way, like so. Fold these shoulder bits down, so now you can really see that he's nearly in his robot mode. So with the shoulders, take this bit of the head, fold it to the back, and then swivel it around so it's out of the way. And there's many different bits that you can put these back bits in. I like to leave them like this so it's not that noticeable. So now you're almost nearly done. All you've got to do is fiddle the arms. So bring it round to the ratchets on the front, fold the arms, and there you have Heinrad in his very peculiar looking robot mode. Now, I have to say I love this, first of all, because it doesn't look much like Beast Wars. Why? Because of the head sculpt. Now, as you can see, the head sculpt is wonderful. It looks really Generation 1. And as you can see, he has a visor. Now, this is long before Armada Hotshot ever made it a popular thing. And the visor can go up like so to reveal his really nice head sculpt. And I love this. Now, in the show, whenever the visor came down, it's when he was using his ability, his time-travelling ability. And I do like it. It's a really nice head sculpt. Again, the paint is brilliant, although this is a Takara figure, so what would you expect? And again, he still has his giant clock in the centre of his stomach. Now, he also has, where his balls were, he has his spark crystal, his maximal spark crystal. So, yeah, his weak spot is basically by shooting him in the balls. make what you will of that. It's strange and bizarre, I know, but then again, this pretty much sums up this figure. Articulation wise, his head can do a 360 degrees all the way around, like so. He does have movement at the shoulders, but that's mainly due to transformation. He has a swivel there at the shoulder. He is on a really nice ratchet, as you can see, which means you can get a lot of poses. Be careful to not pop off his arm in the process. His elbows are on a ball joint, like so, and his hands are on a swivel joint, which are really quite tight. Now that's good for a figure, however, you've just got to be careful. His waist does swivel, like so. His legs are on a ball ratchet joint, so they can move forward, like so. They can move out if you move his balls out of the way, like so. They can move out to about there. They can also bend at the knee, and this is why you need this back bit like this, so they can get the full bend at the knee, like so. And he does have a little bit of pivot in his feet there, like so. So overall, a very well articulated bot. I really do like him. Now for his accessory wise, he still has his bottle of sachet and his box of IOUs, and they can be combined into his gun. Simply, there is a peg on the box, there is a hole in here, you simply line it up so both of these match, like so, plug it in, and then flip out this out of the back, and there is his gun. Now, make what you will of that, it's bizarre, I know, and the missiles that you get with it, these, you can plug one in, like so, and it does fire, and it's a bit of a weak thing, as you can see, it doesn't fire that much. However, strange is that with my Heinrad, when I got it, you're only supposed to get 2 of the missiles. However, I got 3, which means I can put one in here as to look like it's a proper gun, and I can put the other 2 on his knees, on his legs, which I'll show you in a minute. However, Heinrad can only hold his gun in one hand, which is this one here, as there is a peg on the inside of the hand. As you can see, there's a peg there. So, to attach his gun to his hand, all you simply do is match up this notch in the handle to this post in his hand. So, once you have the missile in his hand, he can hold it quite well and wield this quite awesome looking machine gun, which it's called. However, it doesn't really look like a machine gun, which is made out of a bottle and some notes. It's just bizarre, to be honest, and that really sums up this figure in one. A bizarre, crazy, just strange transformer in the whole of the universe. It's just, Heinrad is one of those figures that quite a lot of people forget, or those that do know about it want to forget, because it's just so strange. It really is. Now, he does have a feature, and you've probably already worked out what it is. Now, as you can see, he does have a clock, and it is a working alarm clock. And now, if this had batteries in, you would see it going around, and you can actually set it. You simply hit the back, that little round dial there, you simply spin this to move the arrow like so, and once you've got it on the hand, or whenever, what time you set for the morning, you simply flick Heinrad's head up like that, and it will start making a beeping sound when it gets to the hour, much like those really crappy alarm clocks, or there's one from the 80s, that really horrid beeping sound. And then to simply stop it, you simply push its head down like so. Now, I can imagine some people using Heinrad as a proper alarm clock, but for me, no way, I'm not using this as an alarm clock. The amount of wear over time that Heinrad would get would be unbelievable, to be honest. Now, go ahead if you want to use your Heinrad as an alarm clock, I'm not stopping you, but Heinrad is quite a rare figure despite being quite cheap to get. So that's the reason why I'm definitely not using him as an alarm clock. So yeah, would I recommend this figure? Hell yes! You have to buy this figure. I mean, even if you're not a fan of Beast Wars, I do not like Beast Wars at all. I have watched a couple of episodes of Beast Wars Neo. I find it bizarre and funny at the same time. But I'm not really into my Beast Formers. However, Heinrad here is the exception. This is probably the only Beast Wars figure I'm ever going to buy, because it's just so strange and yet works so well. I mean, it's a time-travelling Tanuki that has balls. Do I have to say anything else than that? You really need to go out and get one, because everyone, I think, should own a Heinrad in their collection. Because it's just weird and strange, and there hasn't been anything else like it in terms of Transformers. Plus, it's quite a rare figure. Now, saying that, I did pick mine up for quite a bargain price on eBay of 25 quid. Which, yeah, 25 quid in box. There's the box. Brand new, mint in packaging, plus I got an extra missile with it. That's probably due to the packaging error. I cannot argue with that price, and you can go on eBay now and you can find a Heinrad for quite a decent price. And I would recommend getting him, because he is just fantastic, because he's so strange, if that makes any sense. His wackiness is just one of the appeals of this figure. So yeah, definitely pick up a Heinrad if you can find him. Don't pay too much for him, because, as I said, he is quite cheap these days to get. So yeah, that has been my review of Heinrad. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. I apologise for laughing, but it's so strange. He is just a bizarre character, a bizarre toy, and one that is just so strange to review as well. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Stay tuned next week when I'll be taking a look at another toy in my countdown to auto assembly. As 5 weeks, everyone. It's only 5 weeks. But until then, see you guys later. Bye, everyone. You are one bizarre bot indeed.